What is good, everybody? Of course, this is Brian Mazik, aka Franchise Play, and I got a stream recap for MLB The Show 16. Probably you'll be seeing a little bit later on the stream recap, or not the stream recap, the trailer recap for EA Sports UFC 2 as well. But this is about baseball. The last stream and trailer that came out for the show was about Diamond Dynasty, and you'll see some of the bullet points or the things that most of the stuff that was covered here on this particular screen here. I'm not going to actually read through that because I actually made notes over the entire stream, watched it and broke it down and that sort of thing. So I'm going to go to my notes, and in the meantime, I'm going to show you, Sony just actually sent me some screenshots that just dropped. So a lot of these screenshots you're going to see are actually high resolution screenshots directly from Sony, like this one here, which is an image of Citi Field. There's some stuff with the Cubs, and all of that. But so I'm just going to talk over that, and you guys just take in the visual eye candy. And some of the other images you're going to see, you'll probably be able to tell the difference come from the actual stream. So as far as Diamond Dynasty, I haven't been a big time Diamond Dynasty player in the past. I am definitely going to give it a look this year. I'm not going to make any series promises or anything like that. All I can say is I'm going to give it a look. One of the biggest things I think this year is aligning with a captain. So they have, I believe it's 5 guys that are basically signed as major endorsers for MLB The Show. There's Josh Donaldson, Jacob deGrom, Jose Altuve, Anthony Rizzo, David Ortiz, and I'm missing one person. I can't remember who it is. I think it's a Kansas City Royal. I'm missing somebody. I can't remember. But there's another one. So I believe there's 6 that you can align with. And essentially all of these guys they kind of serve like, I don't know what the best term to say it, but they're captains. So they have their own challenges and different sets, different things you have to do to accomplish their challenges, and the rewards for accomplishing those challenges are tickets. And each one of those guys have like their own store, or I think they actually do call it a store. They have their own set of rewards. One of the coolest things I thought about that is that the rewards are not static. They change. So you may go in the first level reward, and you're going to see some images of this coming up in the video. The first level that you receive, it may start off as, like, I think the example in the stream was Jerry Sands. Well, next week that might not be Jerry Sands. It may be a different guy who will be on that same level. But I think one of the coolest things, and I think this is somewhat different, well, it's definitely different from Ultimate Team with Madden, and it's somewhat different from NBA 2K's My Team, is they're partnering with Inside Edge. So if anybody knows what they are, they're the advanced statistic, one of the primary advanced statistic organizations for baseball, and they're going to update your players' cards daily based off what they've done in real life. So you may get a guy like a Kyle Hendrick or somebody to that favor, or a Steven Matz or somebody like that who is a 4th or 5th starter, but if they're pitching out of their mind, their rating and their value on their card can go all the way up, even though you got him when he was whatever rating he was, which I think is really, really awesome. And I think it's a really cool way to connect it to real baseball. And 2K kind of does that with the dynamic ratings cards. So it's not a completely new concept, but it is still, I don't know, in baseball, because players play every day, and there's the 6 players I was talking about, but because baseball players play every day, just about, it makes it just that much more dynamic. And you see here on the screen some of what the recent rewards are. The captain mission for Jacob deGrom is use players in Diamond Dynasty with jersey numbers of 40. Or then here, this one for Josh Donaldson is a heat of the moment. Grace under pressure. Use players of the Diamond Dynasty with a clutch rating of 75 or higher. So it's like you don't have to have like your entire team has that, but if you do happen to have an entire team that has 75 clutch ratings or higher, you get a bigger reward. So the more players you have that fall under the criteria actually give you a bigger reward, and I think that's pretty awesome because it encourages you to stack these teams that are extremely diverse that then match different types of rewards or whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. So you may play against, so it's almost like winning is obviously going to be the primary thing you're trying to do, but you may play a guy who you're like, why does this guy have like no power hitters in his lineup? But well, maybe he had some sort of speed challenge where he needed to use, everybody on the team had to be at 80 speed or faster. So he's really playing small ball for this particular game. So I think it adds something to it for sure. We talked about the unique challenges with the rewards. There's different ways. One thing I like too is you have to kind of, for these particular aligning with captain rewards, you have to grind every day. There's no way to buy VC or buy Madden points or coins where somebody can just automatically buy their way to a great team immediately. The rewards that come from this particular mode or this particular aspect of Diamond Dynasty comes only from you playing the game. Another cool thing is you do accrue tickets in every mode that you play. So obviously people like me weren't a big Diamond Dynasty player last year. They're drawing you in the Diamond Dynasty by consistently giving you these rewards, which it was somewhat like that before or somewhat like that last year. Another thing people didn't like was the bullpen energy didn't play, or overall roster energy really didn't play any didn't play any role with your team. So this year your players real top, and that's specific to pitchers or your pitching staff. That's going to be very important. So you'll have to watch that as you play through your different Diamond Dynasty modes and all of that. Let's see, what else did we get? You get 5 tickets to go into the store to redeem. So that's what we're talking about with aligning with the captain. The flashback cards are static cards, though, which is understandable, because if we're talking about a rookie version of Clayton Kershaw, I mean, that year is already passed. So whatever, you're not going to worry about ratings going up and down on those cards. So those cards will be pretty valuable, depending on what it is you're trying to do. I'm just liking so much what I'm seeing with Diamond Dynasty, because they were already ahead of everybody when it came to customization, even though they still don't let you create a ballpark, and I'm gonna keep throwing that out there as much as possible. But they were already ahead of most people with customization, but now they're really starting to tie things in to real life connections, and their modes are making more sense. And they're also getting a little bit more creative with the modes, and I think they got a couple things coming up that they haven't even been revealed yet, that I think are going to even be more creative. So we're really going to see how this functions. Obviously, server strength is going to be very important, because you can have all of the great ideas you want, but if people can't get online to play each other, it really doesn't matter. No, it doesn't. So let's see. What else did we see? They had something called a black box pack, which I think it's like, I was kind of struggling to understand. I don't know, maybe I missed something, but I really didn't grasp the understanding of what they were saying so much with the black box packs. I did like this here, where you see on the screen now with the matchup ratings, which I think baseball is obviously so much about matchups. I would love to see them implement something where a guy's batting average against that particular pitcher is taken into account. Like the historical data, the historical data is there. I just would love to see that be implemented into the game, as well as into the actual commentary and presentation, which they're going to be doing a trailer and a stream that is dedicated to that. It's coming up shortly, which I can't wait to see what they have done with that, if anything. If anything significant, I should say. Let's see. Like I said, it was the dynamic ratings are a great connection to like the real world trends, and it's just really awesome to keep things fresh. And here's some of the different packs they have: position players, standard pack bundles. I'm just pretty excited, to be honest, to see what it is that they're going to do overall with this mode from an execution standpoint. Right now we're looking at concepts, but from an execution standpoint, are we really going to see this really play out, because I have told you guys before, I'm the type of person that I am not totally sold that baseball is ever going to be the ideal sports for online gaming. I just don't know. I don't want it changed. I don't want anybody to cheapen the baseball experience or anything like that. But everything just isn't for everything. And obviously, you can play Diamond Dynasty offline. You can, but the trending basic way that most people game right now is moving towards, moving towards the whole online thing. So they did add some new names to audio. So they got a ton of new names added. I think I wrote down how many they said they had, but I thought I did, or maybe they didn't say it, maybe I just thought I did. Whatever. But they do have a lot of new names added. So that was actually just a little bit of a preview into the presentation commentary thing, additions that may or may not be coming. I shouldn't say may not be coming, because they said that it's coming, but we all know sometimes how things go. We hear about there's improvements being made, and then when we start to listen to the improvements, it doesn't really sound like it's a humongous jump from what we've already become accustomed to, and it comes off more as minor improvements than major. But I don't know. I'm really hoping to see them move into a more organic style commentary. It literally sounds like Steve Lyons, Matt Vasgersian, and Eric Karros are in 3 different places talking. They never talk to each other, and it does hurt it a little bit. It hurts the overall presentation, because they kind of sound great, but they just don't really sound together. And then a lot of the lines that you're hearing, and we heard in MLB 15, you've probably been hearing those lines since MLB 10 or something to that effect. The only thing that has generally been new is player-specific dialogue. They're talking specifically about a new player, or a player that's only been in the league 1 or 2 seasons. So obviously that stuff is new. But the actual calling of the action, you're sitting there within a week of getting the game, and you're literally finishing Matt Vasgersian's sentences because you've been hearing them for 3 or 4 years. So that just is what it is, but I'm hoping that's not the case this time. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm really excited about seeing what's going to happen with the presentation trailers and the presentation blogs. So that's all I have today, breaking down these streams and trailers from MLB 16, the show. I do appreciate you watching. God bless you. Peace.